Our chief guest, Srimati Jayanti Ben Mehta, has come here. She is our chief guest, and we invite her to be on the stage along with Sister Bharati. Please welcome Srimati Jayanti Ben Mehta. She is our Union State Minister for Power. I request our sisters to welcome Sister Jayanti Ben. Welcome. I will request Bharti Ben to introduce Jayanti Ben.
ઓમ શાંતિ. જયવંતીબેન એમનો બહુ અમૂલ્ય ટાઈમ કાઢીને આપણા માટે અહીંયા આવ્યા, એના માટે તાળીઓથી એમને વધાવેલી આપણે. આજે ઘણા બધા પાવર હાઉસો ભેગા થઈ ગયા છે. જયવંતીબેન પૂરા ઓલ ઇન્ડિયાને લાઇટ્સ આપે છે, પાવર્સ, સાયન્ટિસ્ટો સાયન્સનો પાવર્સ આપે છે. ઉષાબહેન અમારા બ્રહ્માકુમારી બહેનો સ્પિરિચ્યુઅલ પાવર આપે છે. અને આપણા સુપ્રીમ ગોડ ફાધર શિવ પરમાત્મા જે સુપ્રીમ પાવર હાઉસ છે, જે આપણને બધા બાળકો છીએ આપણે શિવ પરમાત્મા પિતાના સુપ્રીમ પાવર આપણને બધાને જોઈને આજે ખૂબ રાજી થતા હશે. અને શિવ બાબાને પ્રાર્થના કરું છું કે બધા જ બાળકો ભગવાનને ઓળખી લે આજે, કે શિવ પરમાત્મા જમીન પર આવી ગયા છે, ધરા પર. જે ભગવાનને આપણે વર્ષોથી બોલાવતા હતા કે હે પ્રભુ, હે પરમાત્મા પિતા આવો, હે દુઃખ હરતા સુખ કરતા આવો, હે પતિત પાવન આવો. એ પતિત પાવન આપણા દુઃખ હરવા માટે આ ધારા પર આવી ગયા છે. અને પ્રભુ દરેક આત્માને દિવ્ય ચક્ષુ આપે કે શિવ ભગવાનને બધા ઓળખી શકે. એ જ મારી પ્રાર્થના. ઓમ શાંતિ.
Now I like to introduce Jayanti Benji, the Union Cabinet Minister. No? State Minister. Oh, sorry. Union State Minister. And we know her since long. So I request Jayanti Ben to give his good wishes. Om Shanti.
मंचासीन मेरे भाई श्री नानिक रूपाणी जी, डॉक्टर धर जी, डॉक्टर श्रीखंडे जी, हमारी बहन उषा बहन, मंचासीन सभी सम्माननीय सदस्यगण और ब्रह्म कुमारी प्रजापितामह के रूप में उपस्थित सारे भक्तगण, सच पूछो तो मैं क्षमा मांगती हूँ कि एक्शन प्लान जब यहाँ पर रखा जा रहा है उसके बीच में आकर मैं व्यवधान डालूँ और उसके बीच में आकर मैं आपके सामने बोलूँ, ये मुझे बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं लगा. क्योंकि इससे मुझे भी व्यक्तिगत तौर पे भी नुकसान है, क्योंकि मैं अच्छा सुन रही थी लेकिन समय की पाबंदी के वजह से मुझे और एक कार्यक्रम में जाने की वजह से उषा बहन ने मुझे आग्रह किया, और इसलिए मैं आप सबसे क्षमा प्रार्थना करती हूँ कि मैं बीच में यहाँ पर इस तरह से व्यत्यय निर्माण करने के लिए खड़ी हूँ. इसका मुझे बहुत ही दुख है. कोई व्यक्ति ये ना कहे कि भाई राजनीतिक लोग इसी तरह से आते हैं और इसी तरह से बोल के चले जाते हैं. वैसे एटलीस्ट मेरे नेचर में तो ये बात नहीं है. मैं समय से आना, समय पे बोलना और कार्यक्रम में पूरी तौर पर बैठना, ये एक मेरी आदत है. लेकिन आज मुझे लगता है प्रजापिता ने मुझे एक शिकार बन गई हूँ मैं, कि जो मैं अपने आप को क्षमा प्रार्थना करने के लिए यहाँ पर मौजूद हूँ. मुझे भारतीबेन गांधी ने कम से कम 100 से करीब तो फ़ोन किए ही होंगे कि आप इस कार्यक्रम में ज़रूर आइए, देरी से आइए, बीच में आइए, कैसे भी आइए, लेकिन आइए ज़रूर. वैसे मैंने दादी जी का दर्शन किया है, आबू में भी मैं कई बार गई हूँ. शिवाजी पार्क के ऊपर जो भव्य कार्यक्रमों का आयोजन होता है प्रजापिता ब्रह्म कुमारियों का, तब भी मैं वहाँ पर उपस्थित रही हूँ. चौपाटी के ऊपर के कार्यक्रमों को भी मैंने देखा है. उषा बहन का तपस्यामय जीवन और उनकी ज्ञान को भी मैंने कई बार सराहना की है. मैं चाहती हूँ कि ऐसी बहनें जो आज मेरे साथ में भी, मैं छोटी छोटी बहनों को भी देखती हूँ कि वो ब्रह्म कुमारी प्रजापितामह की शिष्या बन के जिस प्रकार से एक अपनी संस्कृति का, अपने धार्मिक स्पिरिचुअलिटी का, और जिस तरह से वो प्रचार करती रहती है अपने जीवन को सादगी के साथ बिताकर, तो मैं उन सब लोगों के प्रति नतमस्तक हूँ और मेरी श्रद्धाएं इस संस्था के लिए मैं अर्पित करती हूँ। यहाँ पर विषय के अनुरूप कुछ बोलने के लिए मैं वक्ता के रूप में नहीं आई, लेकिन मैं बोले बिना भी नहीं जा सकती। आखिर में माइक सामने आने के बाद कुछ तो भाव अपने रखना, ये मैं मेरा कर्तव्य मानती हूँ। और मैं इस विषय से बहुत ही खुश हूँ, प्रसन्न हूँ कि साइंस एंड स्पिरिचुअलिटी इस विषय को यहाँ पर जिस ढंग से रखा है उसके लिए मैं बहुत सराहना करती हूँ। हमारी अति प्राचीन भारतीय संस्कृति, जिन्होंने साइंस को सबसे अधिक जाना, आज के बड़े बड़े वैज्ञानिकों से भी ज़्यादा नज़दीक से हमारी संस्कृति ने उसको पहचाना है, जिसका शायद हम लोगों को आविष्कार नहीं है। प्राणायाम भी एक शास्त्र है, एक साइंस है, एक विज्ञान है, और प्राणायाम के माध्यम से ही हम स्पिरिचुअलिटी की तरफ जाते हैं, परब्रह्म की तरफ जाते हैं, और ये बात हमारे ही शास्त्रों में निहित है। और इसलिए विश्व शांति की भावना लेकर, विश्व बंधुत्व का संदेश लेकर, विश्व कल्याण की बातों को लेकर भारतीय संस्कृति आगे बढ़ी है, इसमें कोई संदेह की बात नहीं है। एक बात मैं कहूँ, मैं एक सामान्य रूप से एक हाउसवाइफ हूँ, समझ लो, मैं गृहिणी हूँ, और मेरे घर में वर्ष प्रतिपदा चैत्र सुद शुक्ल पक्षमी के शुक्ल प्रतिपदा के दिन महाराष्ट्र में गुड़ी पड़वा का त्यौहार हम सब लोग मनाते हैं। डॉक्टर साहब श्रीखंडे जी इस बात को बहुत अच्छी तरह से जानते हैं कि महाराष्ट्र में उस दिन हम गुड़ी को उभारते हैं, और गुड़ी रखने के पश्चात हमारी दादी, नानी, हमारे परिवार के बड़े बुजुर्ग लोग ये उस दिन सुबह कड़वे नीम के पत्तों की, जिसकी कुमलें बहुत ही नाजुक है, ऐसे कड़वे नीम के पत्तों को एकत्रित करते हैं। नीम के ऊपर आए हुए पेड़ों के फूलों की पंखुड़ियों को एकत्रित करते हैं, उसमें काली मिर्च और नमक थोड़ा सा डालकर उसकी चटनी बनाते हैं, और कहते हैं सुबह उठ करने के बाद कि ब्रश वगैरह करने के बाद चाय बाय बाद में होगा, पहले थोड़ी सी इस चटनी को आज के दिन आरोगी लो, ताकि पूरे साल भर में आप कभी बीमार नहीं पड़ोगे। ये एक साइंस है, नीम का साइंस है, और ये धर्म की फ्रेम में हमने डाला है। अधिक गुड़ी पड़वा के दिन ये धार्मिक रूप में मैं लोगों को नहीं कहूँ तो शायद कोई उसका अनुपालन नहीं करेगा, इसलिए हर चीज़ को हमने धर्म के अंदर फ्रेम करके लोगों के सामने रखा, और परंपराओं से इस बात को अभी तक चल रहा है। उसके लिए कोई किताबें नहीं छपी है, उसके लिए कोई नॉलेज नहीं दिया गया है, लेकिन हमारे घरों की परंपराओं के माध्यम से हमने इस साइंस को स्पिरिचुअलिटी में बदलकर धर्म की फ्रेम में रखकर उसको अपनाया है। ये हमारे यहाँ ही संभव है, विदेशों में संभव नहीं है। ये बात हम लोगों को देखनी है। दूसरी बात यदि मैं कहूँ तो साइंस के साथ स्पिरिचुअलिटी को जोड़ने की जब हम बात करते हैं तो मैं आपके सामने ये भी बात कह सकती हूँ कि हमारे यहाँ विविधता है, हमारे देश में विविध भाषाएं हैं, विविध मौसम है, विविध धर्म है, विविध प्रकार की सोच है, और इस प्रकार के होने के बाद भी विविधता में एकता है। इस एकता को हमने बंधाए रखा है, वो किस आधार के ऊपर? तो मैं ये कह सकती हूँ कि स्पिरिचुअलिटी के आधार के ऊपर हम सब एक हैं। मौसमों की प्रतिक्रिया को जब हम देखते हैं तो श्रीखंडे साहब और डॉक्टर धर साहब इस चीज़ को मानेंगे, चाहे आपका मेडिसिन का, मेडिकल का कोई एक साइंस है, लेकिन आप इस चीज़ को मानेंगे कि हर मौसम की हर चीज़ को यदि हम लोग अपना लें और अपने खाने पीने के आहार में यदि समाविष्ट कर लें तो उसकी हेल्थ बहुत अच्छी रहती है। यदि समय को छोड़कर और मौसम को छोड़कर कोई बात हम लेते हैं तो वो हमारे लिए नुकसान करता होती है। एक उदाहरण के पेश करना चाहूँगी, और भी एक उदाहरण, कि जैसे अभी कुछ ही दिनों के बाद नवरात्रि आने वाली है। नवरात्रि के दिनों में हम लोग क्यों शक्ति की पूजा करते हैं, हम लोग गरबा क्यों खेलते हैं? ये प्रश्न आपके मन में, मेरे मन में भी उठता रहता होगा, और इसलिए मैं बताना चाहूँगी कि हमारे यहाँ उस दिनों में प्रकृति में, हवा में पित्त का ज़्यादा प्रभाव रहता है, और इस पित्त के प्रभाव को कम करने के लिए व्यायाम की आवश्यकता है, और वो व्यायाम हमें नवरात्रि में गरबा खेल कर मिलता है। रात को 10 बजे के बाद से लेकर सुबह 2-3 बजे तक जब कोई नारी शक्ति एक शक्ति स्वरूपा बनकर जब वो गरबा खेलती है तो उसका वो व्यायाम होता है, और उस व्यायाम के माध्यम से वो पित्त की प्रकृति के ऊपर अपना विजय प्राप्त करती है। हमने हर चीज को, हर साइंस को इसी तरह से विकसित किया है। साइंस शब्द का जब हम उपयोग करते हैं तो वो स्पेस में उपयोग में आने वाला साइंस भी हो सकता है, एस्ट्रोलॉजी ये साइंस हो सकता है, जीवन की राह को बनाने वाला साइंस हो सकता है, मनुष्य के जीवन में सफलता पाना भी एक साइंस है। और उसी के साथ में यदि मैं आगे बढ़कर ये कहूँ कि साइंस के बिना, शास्त्र के बिना कोई स्पिरिचुअलिटी हर व्यक्ति को मिल नहीं सकती। और इसीलिए निश्चित रूप से कि प्रोग्रेस और प्रोस्पेरिटी में उनका समन्वय होना बहुत आवश्यकता है। और जब हम समन्वय की बात करते हैं, पार्टनर्स की बात करते हैं, तो मैं ये कहूँगी कि सृष्टि में समन्वय है, दृष्टि में समन्वय है, कृति में समन्वय है, और उसी के साथ साथ समाज बना है। यदि कृति में समन्वय नहीं होता, यदि इन दोनों चीज़ों का हमने पार्टनर्स के रूप में पूजा नहीं होता, तो शायद हम कहीं और पिछड़े वानर योनि में या कहीं और योनि में होते। समय के साथ परिवर्तन करना और समन्वय करके साथ चलना, धर्म की फ्रेम में डालकर अपने साइंस को विकसित करना, यही हमारा कर्तव्य है। और आज इसके आगे बढ़कर मैं ये कहूँगी कि हमने हर क्षेत्र में प्रगति की है। हमारे बड़े से बड़े डॉक्टर लोग आज अमेरिका में बहुत नाम कमा चुके हैं। हमारे बड़े से बड़े बुद्धिजीवी लोग आज सॉफ्टवेयर के अंदर, कंप्यूटर के अंदर एक सर्वश्रेष्ठ अपना नाम बना चुके हैं। भारत के पास ये सारी शक्ति है, और उसी के साथ हमारी स्पिरिचुअलिटी को देखने के लिए विदेशों से कई लोग यहाँ आते हैं। और हम लोग विदेश के शिक्षण पाने के लिए विदेश जाते हैं, तो वो लोग हमसे स्पिरिचुअलिटी सीखने के लिए यहाँ पर आते हैं। भारत ने सबको सब कुछ दिया है, तो मैं ये चाहूँगी कि आज इस एक्शन प्लान जो यहाँ पर रखा जा रहा था, तो प्रजापिता ब्रह्म कुमारी के सारे शिष्य और सभी लोग मिलकर इस स्पिरिचुअलिटी को प्रभावित करेंगे और रोशन करेंगे, पूरे देश को एक दिशा देंगे, और सबको, सारे चीज़ों को सबको साथ में लेकर चलकर आगे बढ़ेंगे। इन्हीं शुभकामनाओं के साथ भारती बहन ने, उषा दीदी ने मुझे यहाँ पर बुलाया और आपके बीच में आकर व्यत्यय करके मैंने मेरे अपने विचारों को रखा, उसके लिए क्षमा मांगती हुई मैं मेरे शब्दों को विराम देती हूँ। भारत माता की जय।
नहीं, आप हमारी बहन है और आप इतना समय लेकर के यहाँ आई, इसके लिए हम आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रगुजार हैं। ओम शांति। Let us continue with our discussion on this action plan. I was telling you about this, that this partnership between science and spirituality will have to come together to fight evil forces of materialism, and I have already dealt with that subject. Demoralization. The greatest amount of demoralization is that when we think that सर्वे गुणाः कांचनम आश्रयन्ते, या तो somebody says that पैसा ही परमेश्वर है. When these things happen, I think it is the greatest demoralization, because money is not the ultimate goal in life. Money is just a means of exchange. But we have converted our means into goal, and therefore we have these problems. There are so many aspects of demoralization. You know it better. I need not discuss further. Third aspect is divisive forces. Today morning we had presentation by Brother Rakesh Sharma about journey into outer space. Brother Neil Armstrong was the first astronaut to land on the moon, and he took photograph of the world, the earth, from moon. That is the most publicized, printed, popular photograph ever printed. And in that, at the end, at the bottom, he has written that the earth, the mother earth, we have divided this mother earth on the basis of nationality, on the basis of religion, on the basis of language, on the basis of cult, on the basis of isms and whatnot. And because of that, the problems of the modern world are on account of this problem of the forces of divisive forces. We have already suffered problems caused by divisive forces. India and Pakistan, they were divided because of divisive forces. I think if India was not divided into India and Pakistan, Brother Nanak Rupani may not have been here. He might have been in Karachi or Lahore or Peshawar or Amritsar. I don't know. So these divisive forces are there, and we have to fight against these divisive forces, and for that we have to join hands. I hope you will all agree. And then we had that session, use and misuse and abuse of science and spirituality. And in that, our speakers, learned speakers, discussed this problem of terrorism and all other allied problems connected with the modern fundamentalist in all sections of life. They are there, and they do cause terrorism of different varieties and nature. And we will have to fight all such forces, and therefore we will have to join our hands together. Next. We will have to build bridges of understanding and not walls of mistrust. I hope you will all agree. I remember one gentleman, you see, we had this slogan in our kitchen there in Mount Abu, and when he was taking food, he said, Ramesh bhai, I like this slogan. Can you give me print and copy? I will put it on my office table, so that all those who come to my office, they realize that yes, we have to build bridges of understanding. Let us build bridges of understanding. If we build bridges of understanding, I think there will be less number of wars and quarrels in the modern world, and there will be less of mistrust, because we will not be constructing walls. Next, action plan. That the world should spend more on welfare and less on warfare. If you go to United Nations building in New York, you will find statistics written just like here. You see names of all the Secretary Generals and Presidents of this Indian Merchants Chamber are written here. There on the pillars of United Nations, they have printed statistics of how many millions of dollars are being spent every second on warfare. If even 1/6 of this amount spent on warfare is utilized for welfare of the human life, I think there will be heaven on the earth. So we have to do this work also. And for that purpose, we should have more such types of seminars, interactions among scientists, spiritualists, and all other sections of society. We'll discuss this aspect at the end of this action plan also. Then, next, let us repay our debt to the nature, as it has provided us plentiful of our basic needs. Nature, Mother Nature, is providing free of charge energy from the sun, wind, rain, and whatnot. All those things are given to us free of charge. The society in which we are living, we are consuming all these natural resources given to us free of charge. But what is happening? Today in the morning only we are told that, you see, the natural resources are being depleted. And many of them, you cannot replace them. If you consume fully oil, then what will happen? We will not be able to drive our vehicles. But it's a fact, a reality. We are consuming our resources. And therefore, we have to pay or repay debt to our nature. And therefore, we will have to undertake social services. Jurisprudence in USA has accepted that the best way of penalizing anybody is not to put him behind the bars in a prison, but to request him to do some social service. I remember I read one judgment in which the learned judge said that this lady should spend 500 hours on social service. This is a new type of punishment, or improving also behavior of people, because by doing such type of social service, we repay our debt to the nature. And because of that, we must also inculcate within our society, in the minds of the people, about environmental pollution and protecting environment against air pollution, water pollution, and all those things. You know that we had Rio conference on this subject by United Nations, and recently also in South Africa we had conference on this subject. And therefore, we have to fight pollution, environmental pollution also. Along with environmental pollution, long back, when there was conference in 1974 by United Nations in Sweden, Oslo, I wrote one paper on thought pollution. I presented that paper, I sent that paper to United Nations, that the worst type of pollution is thought pollution. And unfortunately, I received, sorry, this is beyond the scope of that conference. I wrote again back to him, that secretary in charge of that conference, that a thought polluted Hitler could cause Second World War. That's the extreme example of thought pollution. And therefore, this should be accepted. In those days, we were not having faxes, emails, and all those things. By the time they wrote to me that, yes, we have accepted your paper, come to Sweden, the conference was over. But in Rio conference, I'm glad to inform you, in Rio conference, they accepted this suggestion, and 1/3 of the deliberations of Rio conference on pollution was on thought pollution. And my humble suggestion to all of you is that meditation is one of the best exercise, one of the best instrument to fight thought pollution. Please try to use this medicine, this instrument of how to conquer thought pollution, because it is affecting not only our minds, also our society also. And therefore, we have to fight thought pollution. Then another aspect, we should try to bring awareness so that the scientific research is not utilized in developing weapons of mass destruction. Yesterday, Brother Mrutyunjay introduced the subject that spirituality is spiritual science, and science and scientists should take help of this spiritual science and should see that these developments in the field of science, they are not utilized for the purpose of developing weapons of mass destruction. Long back, in 1963 or around that, when we had problems with China, India and China, at that time the question was extending atomic umbrella to India. And US government had sent their chief of atomic energy commission there to examine about extending this problem or extending this facility of atomic energy in India, to India, I mean atomic umbrella to India. For 3 days he visited our institution in Delhi, and then he came down to Bombay also, because by that time our atomic energy plant was in working conditions. He wanted to come here. And he had one problem. He was thinking that why we have developed this weapon of mass destruction, and why he was made instrument to be the chief of that thing. And then for 3 days we went to Brahma Kumaris there, and 2 days here. And then we explained to him that this is part of the world drama. Remember one thing, that there is nothing like the word accident. Just as Napoleon said, impossible is a word in the dictionary of foolish people only. Like that, accident is not in the dictionary of the world drama. Everything is properly correlated, and therefore this discovery or development in the field of atomic energy and all those things is not an accident. World came to know about atomic energy after 1942. But we in institution 1937, in that God's plan that was revealed to us, we were told that how this type of energy will be developed by the scientists, and they will be instrumental in helping world transformation. And therefore, we have to see that we develop least number of weapons of mass destruction. At the same time, we see that aeroplanes and all those things, you see, they become foolproof, because accidental deaths are also caused by such instruments developed by science also. Another aspect that we are discussing in our institution, in our Spark also, is about disasters, disaster management. We are trying to equip all our brothers and sisters. Our 6 or 7 local chapters are discussing and developing tools and ways and means about how to face disasters caused by nature or natural calamities, social disasters, economic disasters and crises. This is also one very important aspect. We all will have to face disasters, the ultimate disasters also in life. If not for the world, at least for our own self also. We all want to die peacefully, because after all, we are not immortals, we are all mortals. And therefore also, how best we can face our ultimate disaster in our individual life, that is also a question. And how we should mentally equip ourselves so that we can tolerate and accept this disaster in our life. Then about Raj Yoga. Yesterday I already said that Raj Yoga is a science. Many scientists do not like to deal with Raj Yoga, but because it is part of religion. I requested, you see some of our sisters have gone to the prime ministers and presidents of other countries And presidents or prime ministers of other countries, they have accepted that they should begin their cabinet meetings with 3 minutes of meditation. When I requested Morarji Bhai, when he was Prime Minister of India in 1977, when we came back, when Dadi Prakash Muni and myself came back from our world tour, we requested Brother Morarji Desai that our cabinet meeting should begin with 3 minutes of silent meditation. He said, no, 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 in secularism, we cannot do it. Remember now, since last 2 years, Government of India, Finance Department has classified Raj Yoga meditation not as a spiritual tool, not as a religious tool, but an instrument for solving mental illness, psychosomatic illness. It's part of holistic health. And therefore, now really this Raj Yoga is not now, in terms of our legal, I would say, pronouncements, is not even spiritual, with the spiritual dimension or the religious dimension is now removed. It is solely and mainly concerned with the holistic health, the mental health. And Government of India has levied 8% service tax on those who teach service this holistic health. That means Raj Yoga meditation. If you charge fees, then you have to pay 8% service tax. But I want to say that Raj Yoga is part of now holistic health, and from that angle, those scientists who do not accept spirituality, those scientists, and these scientists can accept Raj Yoga as tool of holistic health. Power of concentration, power of judgment. Long back, before about 20 years, we invited Bombay High Court judges to Mount Abu for a Raj Yoga camp of 7 days. And there, one judge asked me, because we said that through Raj Yoga we get 8 powers, and he said that he would like to have power of judgment. And we taught him how to have power of judgment through the exercise of meditation. He did it. After 1 year, we had organized a get-together, family get-together. We invited all those judges who went to Mount Abu. 4 of them practiced meditation, daily meditation after coming back. And they all reported that yes, yoga has helped them in their power and in developing their power of judgment. And I'm glad to tell you that we also daily we are required to have this power of judgment. A wrong decision can alter history also. A wrong decision of Hitler attacking Russia, a wrong decision of Napoleon, well, all these wrong decisions altered the events of history also. And therefore, this power of judgment, power of concentration, we all require in our lab. All scientists require power of concentration. And if we develop this and use this Raj Yoga as a tool, we can easily develop this power of discrimination and power of accommodation, to accept others also as part of life, as part of drama, as part of society. So all those things we will have to develop. Otherwise, what will happen? There will be more quarrels, more jealousy, and whatnot. We will have to develop ethical, moral, and spiritual values which will help us in conquering inner weaknesses. Knowledge means knowledge of our strength and knowledge of our weaknesses. Unless we conquer our weaknesses, it is impossible to enjoy life to the fullest extent in the best possible manner. We must learn how to conquer our weaknesses, and therefore only these ethical, moral, and spiritual values will help us in conquering these inner weaknesses. We all know, for example, mainly this is with brothers. We all know that we do not want to be angry. But even then what happens? We get angry, we get upset. And then what happens? Once we visited prison of Bombay, we met 23 prisoners undergoing life imprisonment. And they all said, they all confessed that in the spur of moment they could not control themselves, and at that time they committed murder. If we have this power of accommodation, all those things, I think we will have less number of crimes also. And also, if we develop this ethical, moral and spiritual strength, I think we will be able to conquer our inner weaknesses. Lastly, our one scientist, eminent missile man, scientist, Bharat Ratna, and President of India, His Excellency APJ Abdul Kalam. You all know his Vision 2020 statement. It has been referred here also. You all know it. And therefore it is, I think, our pious duty to help in fulfilling not his dream, but I think it is the dream of all scientists, all spiritualists also, that India should become a superpower by 2020. How best? I mean, plans are plans, visions are visions. Unless we put it into practice and try to realize those plans and visions, they will remain only abstract in the files only and in papers only. But if we have to put in efforts and strive for fulfilling this desire of a scientist, I am not looking on Dr. Abdul Kalam as a President of India, but as a scientist. As a scientist, he has this dream. And that is the dream of all scientists, of all Indians also. And therefore, how to do it? For that purpose, right from the morning, I have been listening to one suggestion that we should have a better and bigger international conference at Mount Abu. I received this suggestion from Brother Karthikeyan also. I would like to invite him on the dais and present his view about, because in your talk also you referred to this also. And then I will request Brother Dr. Shikhande also, because he also referred to this subject. Both of you will like to propose, let us propose to this august body, whether it is possible or not. Please come down.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the preamble of the UNESCO says, wars begin in the minds of men. Wars begin in the minds of men, which includes women also. I have to be very careful these days. Hence, the ramparts of peace should also be built in the minds of men. So wars actually begin in the minds of people. So how do you put up the defense? You have to build it from the minds. And as elaborately put by Brother Ramesh, to save the world from total destruction, self-destruction, there is a need for creating symbiosis between science and religion, science and spirituality. The root word for science, it's in Greek, it means knowledge. Knowledge is indivisible. Knowledge includes science and spirituality. And thousands of years back, our own masters, saints have said, knowledge is one and indivisible. You call it Paravidya, Aparavidya, or Adhyatma Vidya. But knowledge is one. But today, we have mastered the art of dividing everything. dividing the people, dividing everything. So we have somehow made it appear there is a conflict between science and spirituality. As I already mentioned, Vinobaji said, science plus spirituality is Sarvodaya, prosperity for all. Science minus spirituality is Sarvanash, disaster for all. And Mahatma Gandhiji, father of the nation, wanted Sarvodaya. Whatever maybe we have discussed last 2 days why all this happened and all that. Now the time is to create a symbiosis, an understanding, though there is no dichotomy, conflict between science and spirituality at all. The conflict may be between fundamentalists who claim to be spiritualists, and others. But at the spiritual level, there is no conflict at all. And what we need today is spiritualism in science and scientific attitude in spirituality, so that we are able to keep clear of all these superstitions. And that's the only way we can progress towards prosperity and happiness and harmony for all. The way science is developing, science is value neutral. But the way scientific applications are being made by us more and more towards disaster has created a real threat to human existence. And we should not think that it will not happen. It can happen. It is happening every day, everywhere it's happening. Only thing is they are not after Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Man has not committed the foolhardy act of resorting to nuclear weapons again. But today, if any ruler goes to the lunatic extent of pressing the button, it can destroy all life forms in the world. There is no winner in future wars. There is no winners. Everybody is a loser. And the need to bring sense in the minds of particularly the rulers, for your selfish reason, don't hijack the whole community, whole humanity. It may be a drop in the ocean, but somewhere it has to start. The right place to give a call to the world is Mount Abu, already sanctified by dadis and thousands of pure brothers and sisters following the spiritual path. Dr. Kalam has been described, scientist, I would call him a scientific oriented spiritualist and a spiritual minded scientist. And he has been always concerned about this. He said, every meeting he says, transform from religion to spirituality. He knows what is the danger facing. Unless we rise from the fundamental religious attitude to attitude of spiritualism, and unless we bring all the comforts and conveniences we enjoy to the rural masses, and he knows that future is going to be very bleak. So I support entirely the proposal of Brother Ramesh, and we should have an international conference at Mount Abu, calling people from many parts of the world, from all disciplines, even those who may not agree with us also. Call them for a conference, give them sufficient notice so that large number of people of stature are able to take part. And I also request that we should address our President himself, who is so concerned about it, to give a date and come and inaugurate the conference. Thank you. Om Shanti.
We are already late. Nadi Grupaji go to Khandala. I want to go in when the lights are good. I entirely support that we must have an international conference next year. Some 2-3 months back when we first met at my clinic, with all my optimism, I never thought it would click so well. We have exceeded our expectations. We must have dreams of a bigger conference next year. Remember one thing, science can be neutral, scientists can't be neutral. Please keep this in mind. And we have got to take an affirmative action that if the focus is to improve the quality of life of a man, how can we say science is spiritual? They are all together. If any activity is a genuine interest of human beings, it's a spiritual activity. I've got one suggestion to make. Next year, with the influence that you all have, with President Kalam, let's call President Bush also. Let's call the Prime Minister of England, and to see that with them they have got weapons of mass destruction, we can also have weapons of peace. Ultimately, Om Shanti is a message which has come from the Eastern world. The Western world talks about science and exploration. The concept of Om Shanti, and which now is the center in Mount Abu, unless you have got big dreams in life, so I think let people try to get bush also before it starts a bushfire. Thank you.
Brother referred to two things about Hiroshima. I am glad to inform that Brahma Kumaris have established Peace Museum in Hiroshima. I hope you will agree and like it. About wars, I remember one slogan, that wars do not decide who is right. It decides who left. I will repeat, wars do not decide who is right, it decides who left. And I think nobody will be left. Chinmayanand was asked, what will be the result of Third World War and how it will be fought. He said, I don't know about Third World War, but I know that about the Fourth World War. So his disciple asked, what will happen in the Fourth World War? It will be war between apes only, because there will be only apes left and no human being as survivor. So with these words, I would like to put before you for your comments, suggestions and all those things. Should we adopt this action plan? Those who are in favor, please raise your hands. Thank you very much. Now I request Brother Nanak Rupani to come forward on the dais and say a few words of wisdom to all of us. You know him. He is chairman of Priyadarshini Academy. He is vice president of this august body, Indian Baptist Chamber. I need not go into details of all other his aspects of life, because he is very well known to the world of Brahma Kumaris because of his sister and others also. So I will call him Brahma Kumar Nanak Rupani.
Shri B.K. Ramesh Bhai, Dr. Shri Kande, I think Karthik, and Dr. Devdar, Dr. Sunil, Usha Ben, dignitaries in the dais, dignitaries on the dais, dignitaries in the audience, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great privilege for me to be here amongst the celebrities, the towering personalities like Dr. Shri Kande and Dr. Devdar. I think they have done yeoman service. We just saw their presentation by Dr. Shri Kande. I think he has really done a tremendous service to humanity, and still he wants to devote his lifetime for the welfare of humanity. And I was impressed by Dr. Devdar that what is a religion? I think the religion is humanity. And if we write a religion, humanity, I don't think there will be any wars. Because we will be all brothers and sisters. There will be no caste and creed. And I compliment Brahma Kumaris for always taking up issues which are the burning issues. I don't think there could have been any better then science and spirituality. I think they are partners. If you see in our Vedas, science and religions, they go hand in hand. Science should have been for the welfare of humanity, not for destruction. But the human greed, or to suit maybe politicians or A, B, C, D, they try to distract. And the way it is presented, and many of them, they don't feel that it is, they are the two sides of the same coin. We had organized recently, Dr. Saab, Srikandeji, in Khandala, holistic healing Vedic way. We had 15 doctors, we had prominent businessmen, Mr. Kotak, Mr. Mir Chandani, Managing Director of Onida, and social workers, celebrities. 3 days, we had no mobile phones, and the impact was tremendous. Everybody was feeling good. Now that means there is a science to keep our body intact. What is the most important duty in the world? I think the most important duty is to keep yourself fit, to keep yourself healthy. Because if you are healthy, you can do good to yourself, you can do good to your family, to your village, to your city, to your country, and to the whole world. So that yoga, I think today I would not been here because if I would have not practiced yoga. So the knowledge which we have got in our Vedas, I think the whole world is recognizing India as a knowledge center of the world. And we are the spiritual leaders. If you see today what Brahma Kumaris have done, almost 7,000 centers all over the world, and they have a leadership, whether they are the Prime Minister or President or political leaders, they come to them for what? They have tremendous wealth. They have got aeroplanes, everything is there. But what is missing is the happiness, the contentment. So Dr. Vijay Bhatkar, we organize a camp with Rudraksh, with Crystal, and many of the chronic patients with chanting of mantras, and they were feeling so good that they never thought. Even the President of Indian Merchant Chamber, Mr. Hari Bhakti, he was there, he's a diabetic patient. He said, I was feeling so good, my blood sugar went down. Now, if there is so much in the knowledge, the Vedas, and we have started a Vedic Research Center in Pune, my Priyadashini Academy, as mentioned by Ramesh ji, that Dr. Vijay Bhatkar, he is the one who made supercomputer. When Dr. Devdar was the chairman of Electronic Commission, I think he was appointed by him. And the whole world, they didn't even imagine that India will be able to make a supercomputer. So we are proud of our scientists. The need of the hour, what my brother said, that is we have to bring spiritualism in science. And we have to take them. We have taken so much from the society. Don't you think it is our duty to pay back? Are we going to up in a debit balance? And what is, I think the most important thing is what is service. Service to humanity is the best work of life. And Brahma Kumaris, what they are doing, they are coming from, many of them, they are coming from a very well-known families. They are from rich families. But their slogan has been, the reward of service is more service. Now we have to learn from them. After earning money, what one needs? They need peace. And I think all the organizations, if they start doing networking, we are sitting, I was reading a book on Swami Vivekananda, and at one place he says, I wish I had sufficient funds. This was about 100 years back. I could start Vedic Research Center all over the country, because India is sitting on a throne of knowledge. The world will know what is India. And today what we have got everything. Still we are poor. India was once known as a golden sparrow of the world. And India is becoming rich by what? By sharing knowledge. And Dr. Devdar, when he was the chairman, even during Mahabharata times, when the Kaurava wars was going on, he could see TV, what Dr. Devdar gave to entire India, the colored TV. You know, he said that TV is not only for entertainment, it is for education, it is for information. Even in that time, in Mahabharata time, there was a TV, or whatever you may say, Oran Khatola, means they were playing. So this is from where? It is from scriptures. It is from our spiritual knowledge. What was Gurukuls? I think Gurukuls, at that time, all the students went to have a spiritual knowledge, and science was a part. They were both complementary to each other. And I will not be surprised in days to come, many American students, many foreign students will come to India for a knowledge, which is happening. I am associated with one very well-known college in Pune, I-Square IT, started by Finolex. And I would say it's a world-class college. If you see, it is almost all the foreign students are there. And what Japan has done, the success of Japan, I will not take much of your time. I know we are running out of time, but I would like to share with you my experience in Japan. I don't know whether, have you heard about Soko Gakkai? This is a spiritual organization where they teach Buddhism, and they want to have a very close contact with India. And it's a billions of dollars investment they have done in that center. They have got 7 auditoriums where 7,000 people can sit in one auditorium. And the museum, it's a mind-boggling. I have never seen such. If you see the research center, there are students, 4 students, doing a research on different religions and different philosophies of the world. Continuous, non-stop. Now, they said, what we read about India, Gurukuls, we want to come back to Gurukuls now, in this 21st century. So we have a very rich, if Japan is thinking of going, starting Gurukuls, I think India should also think, because the respect for teachers, and what are the teachers' duty, I think that science and spirituality has to go together. And I am really grateful to Ramesh Bhai and Usha Ben for giving me this opportunity. I always believe that we have to give back to the society, and I am honored to be amongst all the achievers and all my friends sitting in the audience for giving me this patient hearing. I am once again grateful to all of you. Thank you very much.
Now I request our Brahma Kumari sisters to offer godly gifts to our learned speakers, learned guests here on the dais. And by the time they give this, I have that pious duty of offering, of inviting our brother Sunil Kauli. Dr. Sunil Kauli is an eminent surgeon also, to come.
Om Shanti. I've been given the formal task of proposing the vote of thanks. With the present speakers, I would like to thank Dr. Srikhande. He was my teacher, and most of the aspiring surgeons, he's a role model. I would thank him on two counts. Firstly, because he was instrumental in getting this dialogue going. I remember the first day, I and brother Ramesh Bhai went to his clinic. He said, give me 24 hours and I'll give you a summary of what you should, how you should proceed. That is what he exactly said. We had been to him the second time. From his busy schedule, he took his time, was with us for about 1.5 to 2 hours, chalking out and planning out the whole plans and the sessions that to be conducted, the fruits of which we are now going to have. I also thank him for a very eloquent speech that he gave on the science of healing, a surgeon's perspective. Me too, being a surgeon, I think he would not mind if I tell, we always say, I dress the wound, he heals it. What is this he? The science may not be able to explain, but spirituality does explain who's that he. We also said, as a doctor, we say, I treat, he cures. So we know that there is somebody beyond us who decides what ultimately happens. I think it will not be improper if I tell you one surgeon who comes to our Brahma Kumaris, Professor Marcus, who does a lot of joint replacement. In his own words, I can explain to you, he has said, if a surgeon does not commit a serious error during his professional career, it's not because he's knowledgeable,